Go is developed as a user-led product, built from the ground up, reimagining YouTube from the ground up. I'll tell a few of the stories I told on stage that really illustrate the key concepts that we want to get across and the key values of our app. So earlier this year, Jay and I traveled to Nagpur, and we met a bunch of people there who had a whole variety of different phones, who had 2G connections. We talked to them about their experiences using YouTube. The first man that I met, he showed me him using YouTube and how well search worked. Actually, I've worked on search for a really long time at Google, so I was blown away. Oh, search YouTube, I see whatever I want. He showed us it worked. And then when he clicked on the video didn't load. And this was an experience that our user researchers had seen all across India in the 15 cities that they visited over the past year. And so we said we really want to build an app that works no matter what your connectivity, so that you can play videos fast in any level of connectivity. This is our connectivity side. So that was our first theme. The second thing that I thought was really interesting that he told me was that the way he got videos was that his brother-in-law worked in a bakery nearby. And he wasn't the only person who told us that they had somebody in their family or some friend that went someplace where there was Wi-Fi, be it a Wi-Fi internet cafe, be it a bakery. Somebody had access to Wi-Fi, and that's where they got their videos. And they came back and used a peer-to-peer app like Share It or Zender to share those files. And so we started to say to ourselves, we really wanted to have a social component to our app. We wanted an app that our users understood, that had the social elements they expected. And so this is why we added peer-to-peer sharing in YouTube Go. The third pillar that I wanted to talk about was relatability. So the second woman that I met, she watched Marathi videos. Her husband likes Hindi videos. They were staying there joking about what TV they like to watch. And what's really important to us at YouTube is that we have great videos for everyone, whatever language they want. And so we have hyper-local recommendations on our homepage based on exactly where you are. So if you speak one language, and then in another city you'll get recommendations for a different language. We're also going to be rolling out our app in 10 languages, 10 local Indian languages, so that it will be just relatable and usable and make sense to everybody who has access to the app. And the fourth pillar is cost. And this is really, I think if you live in the United States like I do, I have an unlimited data plan, and it's really hard to understand the experience that people having to top off their data and having to buy new data. So the same woman told me a story that she went out every day to buy new data. It was really hard to understand. Later in the year, we visited Indonesia, and I went and bought my own SIM, and I did a calculation, and it looked like if I ran over my data plan, I would be charged 50 times what I would be charged normally. So this is just a really hard concept if you have an unlimited data plan and you're not used to that. But what we saw when we talked to people here is this: watching a video can be like actually paying money because you're paying for the data. And so we wanted that to be really clear and provide a lot of transparency in the app. This is why when you click on a video, you get a preview, and you can choose what resolution you want to download in. And that way you can make a decision about how much you want to spend for the video that you want to watch. And so the transparency around the cost of the video was a key element as well in developing YouTube Go. Next slide. And so here are just some screens of the features. We show the home screen, what it's like once you click on a video, when you choose whether or not you want to watch that video, you see the preview. Our saved videos, so you can always go back and watch your videos once they've been saved whenever you want to. And finally, our peer-to-peer sharing feature. Again, YouTube Go is an app inspired by India. It's built from the ground up. These 4 key pillars that we believe are important to people year into the next generation of users. And I think Jay is going to take us through another demo.
Actually, one more thing I wanted to talk about is
Our rollout process. So YouTube Go is in the hands of thousands of users now. We didn't have a name on it. It was called Video App. So now, for our next set of people who are using it, we're calling it YouTube Go. We're distributing it much more widely. But our whole process has been to let more and more people use the app, gain feedback from them, make changes, make the app better. So right now we're rolling it out to even more people with the YouTube Go name on it. And we want it to be available to everyone more broadly through the Play Store early next year. And you can sign up here at youtubego.com. Sign up. Now we're going to Jay.
Hey guys, so I think you may have just seen the demo downstairs. And so what I can do is just run through a couple of the screens again to reiterate some of the points that Johanna was talking about, and then head up to whatever it is you'd like to talk about. And so here you see sort of the home screen that we've developed. Again, this is fairly different from the home screen that exists in the main YouTube experience. We've tried to build sort of a persistent feed that you can browse even when you're offline and don't have connectivity. We've created sort of a simple interface so that users don't get overwhelmed with constantly changing content. And so just doing things like hitting show more and things will allow you to get more content in bite-sized ways. Again, being respectful of the data that's being used as well as providing users with more content. Now if you sort of click on any of these videos, right, go up here, there we go. What you notice is the animated preview is being built. Again, this is something that we learned by talking to users about how you develop an app specifically for offline use, right? So in the main YouTube experience, you don't need to have a strong user preview because you can just watch a few seconds of it, and if you don't like it, watch something else. But if you're going to download the entire video, right, in this case, 30 megabytes on it, you want to know more about it. So we built sort of previews for every video that exists in the YouTube corpus. The next thing we wanted to do, again, is learning from talking to users, is around giving users lots of choice and transparency and control over the quality and the data trade-offs that exist. We worked very hard to make videos available with the best resolution possible to distribute them around the world. So I think from a quality perspective, we've always had a very high bar. We also spend a ton of resources in compressing these videos into lots of different sizes so that people can experience them at their best given their current constraints. And so from that perspective, what we're trying to bring about here is a lot more choice and transparency around quality. And so it just depends on your circumstance, depends how much storage you have. You know, if this is sort of a few minutes video, 10 minutes, but if you were downloading a 3-hour video, you know, you may not have the space on your SD card, you want a lower quality video, that's okay. You may not have the time, you may not have the bandwidth, so on and so forth. So I think people want to be able to have control over this, and we want to deliver it to them right now. And so as soon as you do something like this, you can kind of save it or you can stream it, and the video becomes available as soon as it's downloaded. So that's sort of the home experience. From a search perspective, there's sort of lots of content, you know, typically that you can access on YouTube, and we wanted to make sure that all of these videos were available on YouTube Go. We didn't want to limit the corpus in any way. And that required a ton of effort in terms of getting the rights to get videos offline and able to P2P sharing and things like that, which we worked very hard in collaboration with our partners to do. And so similarly, sort of the preview functionality works even on search, so people can decide whether they want the first video or the second video, and so on and so forth, and you can get access to the content. And then the last one, which we think is sort of one of the big improvements over sort of existing mechanisms, is around the P2P sharing of videos, right? And so it hits a couple of different layers. If you kind of think about how media consumption happens, especially in India, we learned this by talking to lots of users, it's not just about the data saving, so that's significant because these are sort of large video files that you don't have to pay any data for to transfer. But it's also just about how you discover content. It's about how that social interaction goes. So what we found is that in India in particular and other markets, people love to share physically. So people will go to a cafe, they'll go to a group, and they'll kind of share videos that are on their phones with their friends, right? It's a collaborative social activity. And We wanted to bring that to life within YouTube Go itself. And so that's why we created this sort of interaction model. I only have one screen here, so I can't have it, but hopefully you saw it downstairs, around how people can share content with one another. Right? We continue to sort of build out these experiences which feel very native to people in terms of how they would consume media in the regular life and bring it into the, that's sort of the social experience that we developed specifically for you. Thanks.
Yeah, open it up to questions. So,
Hi, this is Samir from Digit. Thanks. Samir from Digit here, and my question is, are you using Wi-Fi Direct or Bluetooth to transfer the videos from one device to the other? What's the tech that's behind it?
Yeah, we are using Wi-Fi Direct, which again doesn't use any data or anything, but it does allow the video file to get transferred much more quickly. There's a bunch of cool stuff that's happening behind the scenes as well in terms of encrypting the video before it gets transferred and allowing for the playability check to happen to make sure that the video is still valid, doesn't have any malware on it, and all those kinds of things that make transferring the files unsecured traditionally we've tried to fix by building in the underlying systems to make them safe, secure, and sort of easy.
All right. Can I take one more question? So secondly, Safe for Offline has been available for a while through YouTube, but there are a lot of channels, a lot of service providers that don't allow that. Will that change with YouTube Go? Will it be for all the service providers that are there with YouTube Go, or will some of the providers still have the option to say no for saving for offline view?
Yes, I think overwhelmingly the majority of content that users and media consume is available for offline already. So with a handful of exceptions, really, we see that the vast majority of content is already available. And the same will translate to YouTube Go. This has been an evolving conversation. We launched offline in 2014, and at the time we had, a little more than half of the content that was available. Now the number is sort of nearly double that, right? So I think it's become very clear as the features take off, as users start to leverage these things, content partners are also able to see the value and additional reach as well as monetization that they get by enabling their content. But it is a decision that our content creators are doing.
All right, thank you.
So,
There's one person behind you.
Hey, this is Al from Gizmodo. Expanding on that question, two questions. First of all, will these videos, once you transfer them, be viewable through the file manager or only through the YouTube Go app? And the second question is that, are you guys making an iOS app? And if there is one, how will the transfer happen on that?
Currently, the files will be viewable through the YouTube Go app.
Okay.
And also currently, we're building an Android app.
right. Two questions. First of all, so early 2017 onwards, are we going to find two different applications on the Play Store? One will be the regular full-featured YouTube app, and one will be a YouTube Go app. Is that what someone will find if someone goes and finds YouTube on the Play Store?
Yes, so we will have multiple YouTube apps on the Play Store. The main YouTube application generally comes preloaded on your phone, and so the Play Store what you find is the YouTube Go app. I should just clarify. I think they're both full-featured. They just have a different set of features depending on what users are looking for. And so I think what we're hoping is that people can make an informed choice about what is the state of connectivity they're in, what are the types of devices that they have, and choose either app to
But then again, your communication will focus towards obviously YouTube Go in next year, because you want to push this amidst people using.
We do think that YouTube Go is going to meet the needs of users a lot more because of the features that we've tailored specifically for this market.
Okay. Second question is, I see low quality and standard quality videos. Could you elaborate on the resolution of these videos that get saved or gets played back?
Yeah, so we actually transcode videos into lots and lots of different resolutions. I think of more than 30 different video codecs are used across different sizes in order to create this. The specific options that users will see will be based on sort of their device capability, their screen size, and things like that. So it'll be varied. In this particular demo with low quality, we're talking about 144p or 240p, and standard would be sort of either 360 or 480.
But that's dynamic. I mean, depending on the bandwidth, it will gauge what to push.
So I think no, it won't be dynamic in that sense. What we're trying to do is give users a lot more control and choice up front. And so what we've learned by talking to users is that the dynamic aspects of streaming video and changing the resolution are great because they reduce buffering. But at the same time, it makes it really difficult for users to know how much it's going to cost to consume a video. And so we're trying to keep it constant and give that choice to the user up front.
In case of wide-eye, is that going to have compatibility issues because all phones are not going to be compatible? You will, at least, I guess in this use case, you have a lot of people who are using very affordable 3G devices which won't have wide-eye. So,
yeah, so the video codecs that we choose allow for the maximum compatibility range. So in this case, I think we picked, I don't remember the specific formats, but they are available sort of in playable on north of 95% of devices.
I'm asking about the transfer. Is the transfer going to work on all devices?
The sharing?
Yeah, the sharing.
Oh, okay, yes. Yes, we expect it to work on sort of the vast majority of devices. We're still testing it and learning, but so far we haven't encountered a device that it doesn't work on.
Hi, Nazim from Cincinnati. So you said early next year is when you're looking to launch this product. Will you also have the Indian languages then when you launch it, or will you put it later?
Can you repeat the question? Will we also have what?
The Indian languages that you're looking at, the 10 languages, will it have it when you launch it, or will you do that later?
Yeah, we plan to roll out, now we have 5 languages in our wider test, and as we launch, we plan to have 10 languages available.
And also just want to see if you're launching in all the markets, or it's going to be India first and then it's not.
Our initial launch will be in India. Yes.
And by when will we see the next, the rest of the markets?
Well, right now we're rolling out to more and more users, getting feedback, tweaking the app, making it better, and we hope to be widely available on the Play Store early next year.
In India.
In India.
Hi, I'm looking for this. I just wanted to check one thing. While downloading, you see the file size. For videos that cannot be saved offline, will you show how much data they consume while streaming?
Yes.
Show over there? Hi, Mala Mathur from Business Line. I want to know whether you're doing something about audio only use of the app. For instance, can one listen to a song where there's nothing really happening and there's just maybe a picture on the screen? Can one just listen in the background, switch off the app? Is that going to be possible?
Not currently. Currently this is a video viewing app.
Hi, this is Swapnil from the Indian Express. One thing about YouTube videos from a creator perspective is that they rely on views, right? So if I download a video and I share it with, let's say, 150 people, they viewed the video, but they viewed it on their devices without connecting to the internet. How would those views translate for the video creator? Is there a way that the app syncs, these views, or are they just kind of gone?
Sure. There's a way that we have a playability check to let YouTube know that somebody's watching the video. So this is great for creators because they'll still get the same analytics that they get with the main YouTube.
Thank you.
Tell us a little more on the smart offline feature. Slacking the downloads in the night. What is that?
Sure. This is a feature in the main YouTube app where you can go and say that you want to download overnight. And then while you're sleeping and there's more bandwidth available, we'll go ahead and download the video for you.
So it is scheduled only for night download.
That's right.
Okay, that's nice.
I was at YouTube Space in my last month, and that's a great place for many YouTubers up there in India. So I just wanted to ask you have any plans to have more stations all over India or in Delhi or some other cities?
More spaces in
YouTube Space.
not
Only in Bombay right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool though, huh?
Yeah.
So YouTube generally comes preloaded on all Android smartphones, but and a lot of people, even when YouTube started YouTube Gaming or any other services, the market awareness, especially in India, took a little time to pick up. Do you have any plans to spread about awareness of YouTube Go, or maybe tie up with certain budget smartphone makers so that it comes preloaded? Any such plans?
We certainly are very committed to getting YouTube Go distributed. So we have nothing to announce now, but of course we want to have it widely available to as many users as possible.
Thank you.